It's a palate cleanser. Hey, when it comes to evolving, I'm an advocate. I learned how to have peace by not having it. Sometimes you gotta lose everything just to find everything. They tried to throw me off, I came back like a boomerang. Now they all admire how I outlast through the pain. Now they all drawn to my art, see this the way I paint. My whole life a canvas, build my own brand, they can't brand us. On high levels, they can't overstand us. Now these ain't bars, these stanzas. Sonnets and haikus, broke generational curses and cycles. Just got my mama out the hood and I ain't finished. I'ma liberate my lineage, gotta elevate the children. Boy, I'm out here building this brick by brick. The snowfall, I still stick to the script. When it's sticky, I trust God, but the 4-5 still stick to the hip. But I choose peace over violence, serenity over sirens. Say they own demon timing, but God timing make your clock out if you're wildin'. I wanna change, so I change my environment. Channel my greatness, they can't turn me off. My loft got an island, now I'm on the island in the loft, solo tripping. Spending time by the water, getting deep, solo dipping. I'm at peace now, told my youth to put their guns down and put their hands up. You help pull their minds up, then they'll pull their pants up. My flow guaranteed to make the elders stand up. This right here make my young niggas put his hands up. He's about to crash out, I made him switch his plans up. Told him don't crash out, cause God got a plan for him. God got a plan for him. God got a plan for him. I told him don't crash out, cause God got a plan for him. But who praying for him? The streets been praying on him since 21, so he turned to a savage. I was tired of living average, had to activate my genius. Started controlling my penis, will never sell my soul, I'd rather sell out arenas. Said she needs space, so I nicknamed her Venus. Told my big sis, don't let no lame get between us. He lucky I matured, his life in jeopardy. If I gave my bloods the word, I gotta let her be. Can't go and jeopardize my legacy. The promised land I'll never see. If I don't listen to God, I put my ear up to heaven like I'm listening, God. Tryna vent and chill, my spirit need conditioning, God. Tryna heal, but this world just so sickening, God. Yeah, this little light of mine, I heard flickering, God. I need a recharge before I catch a battery. Help me realize my demons need some mastery, yeah. Had to go and switch up my strategy, yeah. The other day deleted pictures out my gallery. Even the hidden ones, time to burst some new fruit and stop eating forbidden ones. When I feel depleted, I let God restore me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out.
Look, a lot of people want people to stop playing with them, but to be honest, you first gotta stop playing with yourself. You gotta see yourself as a gift to this world. You gotta know that you know that you know that with every fiber of your being, that you that nigga and that bitch. That you the shit even when your shit stank, and that you big even when you try to shrink. You gotta know you're monumental, colossal. You gotta know you got big energy.
Hey, what I look like playing small as big as I am. They say I think I'm that nigga, that's cause I really am. Man, stop playing with me, had to say that to myself. My biggest win was remember who the fuck I am. And that's on God, that's on mama and my ancestors. Every fall was just teaching me how to stand better. Now I'ma stand for my better self. Therapy inside my music, feeling like some better help. Now I walk around, never let the crown tilt though. Say we living in the last days, baby, this is what I've been built for. I'm the one that y'all sent for. God heard y'all cries, then she hit my line, okay, 10-4. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I got so much on my plate though. Hungry for my best, so I won't let it go to waste though. Beefing with my past, that shit is cooked just like my steaks though. Well done, that's what God said. Couldn't tell you where to find the L from, it's not an option. Woke up to the version of myself I love the most. These birds want my bread, so I let them watch me toast. Cheers to the joy that just took over my body. I just made 100 racks off what people call a hobby. That's that God body elevation. Watch my levitation. They don't understand the growth, they rather credit Satan. I'm just saying I got magic in my bones, royalty inside my DNA. The world is just my throne. Fuck a demon time, God time is better. If they can't read the room, then I'll probably write a letter. Dear whoever, you were made from the dirt that has magic. If there's no space for you, then let them have it. You were made for greatness. Your energy ain't made for all these spaces. Why you think I'm on this track, spitting harder than some braces? Remember who you are and never change it. You're a living God, so just learn to embrace it. Yeah.
Peace and love, it's lava at the park. Yeah. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. Don't let them define you. You're growing through dimensions, no losses, just lessons. And that's why your faith is strong. Anytime you hit your lowest, always bounce back. Anytime you lost your glow, got your shine back. Anytime you felt alone, God had your back. Better know that you're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. I love you, reflection. We flexing on our haters. We wish them the best, but protecting our sacred love. No weapons formed against us could take us away from God. We praying, we praising, we grateful. We came from love. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. Hey baby, you got the ball? Thank you. Ooh, never forget who you are and where you come from. Peace and love.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind. Target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind. Or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
This is medicine music, prescription of frequency with a doses influenced by the state of the culture lacking some nourishment. Hella deficient of love, they needed encouragement, but taught to get numb off the drugs. Started to notice the loose screws, 10 of my toolbox, cause how can you mend the issue when you got a bruised heart and mentally been scarred, physically been barred, ready for rebirth, but spiritually it's been hard. Let me take you through some steps that I done learned, loved one, cause it don't happen overnight, this healing's earned, loved one. It come with practice, releasing your distractions, setting healthy boundaries and managing attachments. We made in God's image, but we started walking backwards when we gave away our power by submitting to a master. Then they pimped our infrastructure, changed the pricing in the package. Told you if you want it back, it's in blood cause they attacking. If you want to free your mind and free your spirit from the toxic, gotta vow to kill the poison of the snakes that's in your garden. Only giving your attention to the things that bring you honor. Keep your vibe sucker free and your circle free from drama. Shit, life crazy when you really think about it, and shit could get wicked if you really ain't moving solid. I'm praying you don't risk your whole life just for $1, and you conquer your demons before you end up getting conquered. So I gift you this medicine music. Yeah, I gift you this medicine music. Felt like I needed an umbrella for the rain, cause life was handing lemons, so I made some lemonade. You can sit with this medicine music. Belly of the beast to swallow you up for profit. Call it capital gains and they ain't even lifting proper. I aim to break the cycle my grandma passed to my mama, cause the DNA carry generational wealth and trauma. Encoded with a message, unfolding to your blessings. If you walk in your purpose, you can heal your family lineage. Work smart so I can leverage all of this time invested. Sing about me when I go, I lived everything I was destined. Victory over obstacles, 2020 my opticals. Cutting out all distractions, applying knowledge, I got the tools. Lesson learned that I got it, you junior die. Sparked a few, step die. Spark the fuse, no way, I'ma lose this weight. I carry heavy, but my ancestors heavier. Thought I was moving steady, but now I'm moving steadier. Gave my burdens to God, and now I'm feeling merrier. Got my eye on a lover, imagining I can marry her. And now it's come a time where you gotta pick a side, or whether or not you gon' contribute to Earth's demise, or if you gon' be one of them ones that embody light. Cause the future gon' be fucked up if the kids can't live their life. So I offer you medicine music. Yeah, I give you this medicine music. Yeah, ayy. Felt like I needed an umbrella for the rain, cause life was handing lemons, so I made some lemonade. You can sit with this medicine music. I give you this medicine music. Yeah.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. Frequency.
Laws of God. I'm a vessel. It is I, Saucy, the musical mathematician.
Law 1, you come from a piece that none can disturb. The hidden one is you, get back to zero if you need to purge. Law 2, nothing in this world can be against you. All your experiences are here to lift you and assist you. Law 3, your knowing is unlimited, your not knowing just mean your mind ain't formed it into sentences. Let go of the ignorance, step into your omnipotence. Challenges will fall once you cultivate the experience. Law 4, words plus emotion is a potion. You can change the world by being true and just evoking. Keep your heart still out to the world and go reach higher land. I know I will succeed, I surrender to the divine plan. Law 5, God needs you to come into existence. Let your intuition guide you inside you, let go resistance. Law 6, God need to punish his no rewards. You are one with the Lord, that power is all yours. Law 7, rejection, redirection, don't make life hard. You have the power, but not the right to just ignore God. Choose peace, detrimental emotions make you lose sleep. This medicine and candy, I will, therefore I am free. Law 8, you are not a human, you're a divinity. So in the face of challenges, you can maintain your inner peace. Law 9, it's not what you think or what you affirm. It is who is thinking and affirming. Gotta discern the knowledge you've obtained is not the only education. No longer mash your motives through rationalization. Law 10,
Peace and blessings, star seeds. Hey, I'm gonna get that timing on that music right eventually. Peace and blessings. Welcome to Paranoia Starseed Podcast. I am the goddess Rael. If this is your first time here, thank you for being here. If you are coming back, well, welcome back, Starseeds. Thank you for being in the building on this wonderful, wonderful Saturday. You could be anywhere else, but you chose to be here, so I thank you for being here. Shout out to my Lisa for being the first in the building early. She was opening up the curtains and we were still getting dressed backstage. But I love her for that. Shout out to all the star seeds. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for helping us continue to grow on Paranoia Starseed Podcast. Tonight is a beautiful, wonderful night. Tonight is the night of the Math Metaphysician. That's right. Mr. Westbrooks is in the building, and I will not hold you too long. You saw the intro, so whenever you see that intro video, you know who's coming to the stage. That's right, Mr. Westbrooks is in the building, and we are getting into the numbers tonight. So I hope you are ready. You have your paper, your pens, your questions, your answers, your everything. And without further ado, let me bring Mr. Westbrooks to the stage. Hey, peace and blessings.
Peace and love, peace and blessings. What it do? What's popping? Salutations. Assalamu alaikum. Hotep. Shalom.
All the things.
Yeah, one evening, you know.
Yes. How you doing this evening?
I am wonderful, and I'm on Panoia Star Seed podcast, so you know I am magnificent.
That's
Great.
right. I know
Hanging
that.
out, hanging out with all the star seeds on a Saturday night, or how Mawa Lisa would say it, Saturn's night.
Saturn's night.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, like y'all could be at the club right now, but y'all hanging out with us.
Yes. And we appreciate that very much so. Yes. So we got to get up that May report for the numerological forecast. So let me pull that up so we can start the show off right, because I already tapped in. If y'all have not, make sure you're following Mr. Westbrooks or Mr. Westbrook's class on YouTube, because he already rolled out the numerological forecast for the month of May. And shout out to the mothers, because May is all about the mothers. So shout out to all the mothers. Pronoia, we're going to be dedicating the whole month of May to mothers. So make sure you're tapped in and connected to all the star seeds. So we're going to come back on stage. Let me get this rolling. Hold on. Let's see. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Mm-hmm. All right.
Technology.
Can you see it on your screen?
I can see it.
Okay, let's see. You can't hear it?
No, I don't hear it.
Me either. Let's roll that back. Boop. Oops. No, that's the right one. The background had me confused. I removed you from the stage. Okay. All right. Let me try to do that again. You know what? I'm going to let you talk first. And then, like we did last time, and then I'm going to get this going.
You gotta go backstage and regroup a little bit.
Let me do that. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. So last time this happened, I started with the mathematics for the day. So I'll just do that. And by the time I get through the mathematics, willfully, the goddess will have the May message queued up for you. But remember, you can always catch it on my YouTube channel. It just dropped yesterday. It dropped yesterday, May 1st at 2:02 a.m. Because you know I got to do things with the numbers. Number 1 is one of my numbers. 22 is one of my numbers. So I dropped it on the 1st at a time that adds up to the 22, adds up to the 4 and all that. But yeah, Mr. Westbrook's class, you can go watch it there. And all of the other numerology messages. So yes, I do date them according to the month, but the messages transcend that time or that month. These are messages that are universal, that you can apply anytime, not just during that month. It's just especially important or significant to adhere to that message during that particular month or that particular year, because these are the themes, these are the energies, the frequencies that are going on. And before I get into today's mathematics, I'll give you just a little bit of background of how I do these monthly messages. So I look at the calendar month. For example, May is the 5th month. And I calculate the universal month by adding the calendar month to the universal year. The universal year is 2026. So 2026 plus 5, that gives you the universal month. And that number, the universal month, that represents the major themes to navigate during the month. So I combine that with the word vibration of each month. In this case, it's the month of May. And what do I mean by word vibration? That means that I take the word May, M-A-Y, and I transcribe each letter to a numerical value. And I use 2 alphabets for that. I use the Chaldean system of numerology, and I use the Pythagorean, aka the modern system of numerology. And I use both systems because it provides a fuller picture of the energies and the vibrations that are at play. And when you sign up for a Supreme Numerics consultation with me, and I'm breaking down the numbers in your name, I look at both the Chaldean system as well as the Pythagorean system to provide a fuller picture. Although the Chaldean system is the more older, more mystical system, the more accurate system, while the Pythagorean system is still very much accurate, but it derives from older systems of numerology. It's called Pythagorean. Pythagoras, we know Pythagoras studied in Kemet for 22 years. So a lot of what he teaches and put out into the world, he or they, whether it's an individual or a group of people, that's a whole other story. But all of those lessons about math and numbers, he got that from indigenous peoples, people that came before him. So that's just the background on how I do those messages. And the way I started doing those messages initially was I would just go through all of the meanings of the numbers, and I would just give you a list of everything. But it started to become too elaborate, and I decided, let me simplify it by coming up with a theme that applies to both the universal month and the word vibration. And I just created a through line and boiled the numbers in the calendar and the numbers in the names of the months to one theme, something simple that you all can bite and chew on and just focus on, rather than giving you a bunch of pieces and have you wondering which should I focus on and all of that. So I made it simple. But now let's get to the math, because I'm sure the goddess Rael is probably ready. Well, actually, let me see if she's ready right now, and then I'll do the math after the May video. So goddess Rael, let me know if you ready. You got it? You good? All right. Yeah. So let's do that, and then I'll do today and tomorrow's math after you play the video. Welcome to a new month. The month of May 2026 is flying. We are truly living in the quickening and have shifted timelines within our lifetime. What a time to be alive. But also, welcome to another Supreme Numerics offering. Supreme Numerics is where we use the proper study and application of numerology to help you activate your personal power in abundance. And this video is the May 2026 Universal Numerology Message for the Collective. And this month's message is: speak responsibly, your words are magnetic. May is a universal 15/6 month when we add the 2026 to the 5th calendar month. The expression of the word May, which is the sum total of all of the letters in the word, and it represents what this frequency is here to share with us or teach us, adds up to a 6 in the Chaldean system and the number 3 in the Pythagorean system. We have the 6 showing up twice in the universal month and again in the expression number. So there's that double 6 energy. 3 and 6 are 2 of the 3 artistic numbers, with 9 being the 3rd, but I will be focusing on the speech and communication aspects of the 3 and 6. And May is the 5th month, and the number 5 is also a communication number that deals with social activity and interacting with the public. It's also a literary number for writing, but this message is about speech. According to compound numerology, 15 is eloquent in speech and has an expressive character. But just like everything in nature, duality exists, meaning eloquent speech can produce both positive and negative words and messages. Eloquent speech only means that your language is precise and clear. You can speak fluently without stumbling over your words, unlike me. You know when to slow down and speed up and inflect your voice at the proper moments. You're confident and skilled at storytelling. These are the attributes of an eloquent speaker. But that doesn't mean that what you're saying is right or exact, or it passes the 3 gates of speech, being true, kind, and necessary. 15 is eloquence in speech, but the reduced value of 6 brings in the vibration of responsibility and morality. The positive side of the 6 represents a balanced scale of justice and recognizing right from wrong. 6 is an objective frequency that goes straight down the line to avoid bias. This is why people who have 6s in their birthdays and names give the best advice and make great counselors, coaches, and teachers. Not only are they great advisors, but they advise from a space of love and nurturing. Eloquent speech on the negative side can come across and be received as self-righteous, shady, unrealistic, cruel, nosy, and intrusive. Just as eloquent speech can be delivered both positively and negatively, the 6 is a magnetic number, and you can magnetize both positive and negative. So you can be eloquent and charismatic in your speech while putting out either a positive or negative message, and you can attract a positive or negative reaction or response as a result of what you speak. Again, this message appears in the universal month and is reiterated and doubled down in the expression number from the Chaldean system and perspective. In the Pythagorean system, May adds up to the number 3. 3 is outgoing, expressive, and talkative. It's the life of the party. If 3 shows up as a lesson or challenge in your life path or pinnacle numbers, it's teaching you to be courageous enough to open your mouth and speak your truth because your words have power. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." Death and life, duality again. Power can be used for good or for evil. The positive side of using that expressive number 3 energy evokes joy, creativity, and good entertainment. But the negative side can depict the speaker as self-centered, superficial, jealous, cruel, and a gossiper. Surah 49 of the Quran, verse 12, and that's interesting because 1 + 2 = 3 for that verse 12, instructs us not to gossip and backbite. It says, "O ye who believe, avoid suspicion as much as possible, for suspicion in some cases is a sin. And spy not on each other, nor speak ill of each other behind their backs." The Holy Quran. So the Bible says it, the Quran says it also. But we have that number 6 right there in the Chaldean expression and the universal month energy to remind us to speak responsibly. Like the alcohol commercials tell you to drink responsibly, speak responsibly. And one of my favorite books of all times is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. And why your word? He says, your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through the word, you express your creative power. It is through the word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. The word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak. What other animal on the planet can speak? The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is the tool of magic. But like a sword with 2 edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is the impeccability of the word, which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on earth. And beauty and love are connected to the number 6. Depending on how it is used, the word can set you free or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and misuse of your word is black magic. And it's interesting that the author describes your word as magic because in addition to the number 15 being expressive and eloquent in speech, it's also said to represent magic and mysticism on the base level of spirituality. And I'm sure you heard the saying that words are spells, and that's why it's called spelling. And it's also interesting because last month, the number 15 came up in the April message, and we talked about the devil card and that man and woman being chained. And Don Miguel Ruiz, he mentioned in that passage that I just read that depending on how it's used, the word can set you free or it can enslave you even more than you know. And one of the ways that you can interpret that devil card is that man and woman being chained to the actualization of temptation and the misuse of the magic wand. So in that context, the magic wand was the temptation. It was the misuse of lust. It was the misuse of those lower desires. But in the context of this month's message in May, that magic wand is your words that you use to cast spells. So when you're using your words properly, it can be liberation, it can be empowering. But if you use the words in your wrong way, you can become a slave to those words. So you see that synchronicity there between that tarot card, the devil card, the message from last month, and also the synchronicities between the 4 agreements, that tarot card, the Bible, and the Quran there. Those are the plus lessons that I'm pulling together for this message. But let me go ahead and close this message out. So to summarize this month's message, express yourself eloquently and listen to eloquent speakers. But make sure you are using your speech responsibly as you deliver, and make sure you exercise discernment as you listen. Pass your own words and other people's words through the 3 gates of speech before you put the message out there or entertain someone else's message. 1, is it true? 2, is it kind? And 3, is it necessary? Because words are powerful and words are magnetic. Be careful of what you attract to yourself. Peace.
That message, I don't even know what else to say. That message was very clear for me. I thoroughly enjoyed the message. It ran on from the month before. Like you said, we talked about that devil card, that number 15, and manipulation of the tongue. We also talked about the fact that intelligence, we talked about intellect and intelligence backstage, but how sometimes slick talking and being able to be slick with the words doesn't necessarily mean that you are saying anything even worth hearing. You just have a way with words, and words are spells. And so we have left that age of Pisces and going into the age of Aquarius. It's beautiful to hear the messages like this, because as a true speaker, it is like time for this type of message, you know? It is time for the illusions to be cast away. So I'm excited about that. I love that message. I got to preview it early on, and I was like, oh, I can't wait for for that for May. And like you said, these aren't just messages just for May, but it resonates right now. But even if you catch this later, like if you are watching this and it's months later and you come back and you watch this and it resonates for you, time is not linear, you guys. Time moves all kinds of ways.
Yes, indeed. And the topic for tonight is going to relate to that message, particularly dealing with responsibility and being responsible. So yeah, it's all connected, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. And yeah, that's my goal, to make it simple. We have plenty of star seeds out there that can go deeper into the woods and take you all the way out to ancient Venus. So, but I'm gonna keep it simple for y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna let you teach tonight because I know you're gonna talk about some topics that I'm really interested in. You know, I'm excited. I was already excited about this. I haven't got any previews, y'all. So I'm gonna be a student in the back, but I might pop in every now and then because you know sometimes you get me really excited when you start talking and it be resonating. And let me grab my pencil and my paper. I'm telling you, take notes so you can, chime in. And shout out to all the star seeds tapping in. Thank you all for tapping in right now. Make sure you subscribe. I see you all coming through the building. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you subscribe. Shout out to Knowledge Born Allah. Shout out to the mother Mau Lisa. And shout out to all the star seeds in the building. Thank you for tapping in on this Saturday. I'm going to let Mr. Westbrooks do his thing. I'm going to be backstage trying to hold my peace because he's about to get into topics y'all know. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm going to let him get into it. Talk to you. I'll see you in a minute. Peace and love.
Yes. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the star seeds in the building. So what is today's mathematics? Start with that. Today we're at the tail end of May 2nd, Saturn's Day, May 2nd, 2026. So the day we're coming out of, we're under the influence of that second day of May, that number 2, which is all about duality. It's all about partnership, teamwork, connecting with like-minded individuals, exercising tact and diplomacy, healing, love, that type of energy. And it's an 8 universal day, May, 5th month plus 2nd day plus 2026 adds up to the number 8. So today was a number 8 day. I mean, it still is, but we only got about little like an hour and some change left. But that number 8 universal day is all about ancestral and elder connection, power, authority, and money. And altogether, it's been a day to connect with like-minded individuals, to connect with your ancestors, to connect with the elders, and to take inventory of your finances, your expenses, your income, and things of that nature, since that number 8 is a money cycle. Going into tomorrow, it's the 3rd day of the month of May. So we have that energy of the number 3, and it's a 9 universal day. 3 and 9 are 2 of the 3 artistic numbers, like I mentioned in the May 2026 numerology message for the collective. And that 3rd artistic number is the 6, 3, 6, and 9. That's the artistic triad. But with that influence of the 3 and the 9, Sunday, tomorrow, will be a day of creative expression. So expressing oneself creatively, number 3, is more so about the voice, either through speaking, through acting, through music, And then 9 is the creation of art as well. So you might be in the mood to create something tomorrow, or you might just be in the mood to express yourself in some creative way and use your voice in some creative way. So that's the mathematics for today and for tomorrow. And now we're going to get into the topic. And I'll open up with the scripture like I did last month, just because I'm in that mood. And this scripture, we're going to go to 1 Peter. Yeah, let me just grab the Bibles. We're going to go to 1 Peter. And what's the chapter? Is it chapter 5? Hold on. Let me see. Where we going in 1 Peter? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to these notes. Go back to my sermon notes. See what that scripture was. Yes, 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. That's where we're going. 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. And it reads, I'm reading from the KJV first, and I'll also read from the NIV. Oh, shoot, I done flipped from Peter to John. How did I do that? Yeah, because 1 Peter is such a short book. All right. 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 6 and 7. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. And I already closed it in the NIV version, so that's all right. Y'all got the message though. So that's the word of the Most High for the people of the Most High. Thanks be to the Most High. And may the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in the sight of Source and the ancestors. So I got 2 topics tonight. The first topic I'm going to deal with is spiritual authority, which was inspired by the most recent Transformation Tuesday presented to you by the goddess Rael right here on Panoia Starseed Podcast. So if you did not catch Transformation Tuesday, make sure you go back and check that out. You know, she always brings the fire, that channel message. She don't even be knowing what she's saying in the moment. That's how the channeling be working, right? But the messages be clicking. And then she go back and she watch the replay. She like, oh, I said all of that? Yeah, you did, guys, Rael. You said that. So this message is inspired by that Transformation Tuesday channel on spiritual authority, and it's also inspired by the most recent introducing podcast by Smart Video Girl Rewriting Program, because she also mentioned authority a few times in that class, in that pod class. So what I'll be doing with spiritual authority is I'll be breaking it down from a numerological perspective, adding on to Rael's definition of spiritual authority that she received, divinely guided definition that she received. And I'll be also providing the physical along with the numerical vibration of spiritual authority. Now, there's a distinction between authority and spiritual authority. Authority carries a certain connotation, but it refers to the power to influence or command thought, opinion, and behavior. But the connotation of the word, when you hear the word authority, we think of someone that's in a position of power, someone that a lot of people might be intimidated by. Think about when someone is calling law enforcement or calling the police, sometimes they might say, I'm calling the authorities. And then most people, they'd be like, oh no, they're calling the authorities. Let's get out of here. No, there's only a handful of people who are real gangster, and they're like, man, I don't care if you call the authorities, if you call the po-po, go ahead and call them. I ain't scared of them. But most people, they hear authorities or authority, it's like, oh, it's almost like the boogeyman. Authority, like I said, law enforcement, it could be your boss. It could be anyone that's in a position of power or leadership. But spiritual authority, that adds an additional layer to it. When we talk about the spiritual realm, we're talking about the non-material and the non-physical. So it adds that layer of that non-physical, non-material authority to that physical meaning of authority. And that distinction we're also going to see that distinction within not only the goddesses Ra'el's definition of spiritual authority, but you're also going to see it in the numerical vibration of the word authority. And we're going to get to that distinction in just a moment. But to put together that physical definition of spiritual authority, just look, not getting into the numbers yet. Spiritual authority, all that is it's the power to influence or command thought, opinion, or behavior in the non-physical realm. Just a simple physical definition of it. Ra'el, she gave you the spiritual definition of it. I'm getting ready to give you the numerical meaning of it. So I'm just going to be working through the Chaldean system of numerology, the older, more mystical system. And we'll look at spiritual and authority separately, and then we'll put them together. Spiritual in the Chaldean system adds up to the number 29. Now, 29 has a mostly negative meaning to it because it deals with deception, betrayal, and warning for future plans. But when you look at the compound meaning of it, the 2 and the 9, the 2 is that cooperative, healing, loving number 2, while it's next to that humanitarian, inspirational, and spiritual, artistic, creative leadership number 9 on the positive side. On the negative side, the number 2 can be cold, cruel, moody, indecisive, easily swayed by others. And the negative side of the number 9 is violent, impulsive, and fiery. So that's the compound. So I gave you the Chaldean meaning of the 29 with the deception and the betrayal, and I gave you the compound meaning of the 29 with that cooperative or that inspirational humanitarian partner. Now 2 + 9 = 11, and that's the master number 11. And we talked a lot about the 11 during the April show with the spiritual 411. But just to review the meaning of the master number 11 as it relates to the word spiritual, it's funny that the word spiritual vibrates to a meaning of spiritual awakening. So the master number 11 is about spiritual awakening, spiritual downloads, being a guiding light, a shining light for others, being the light of the world, like Jesus, the enlightener. It's connected to human compassion and understanding on the positive side. On the negative side, it's the number of deception and hidden danger. Again, same meaning as the 29. So the word spiritual with the numerical vibration is revealing to us that there is a duality to spiritual. The word spiritual and spiritual authority is showing us that just because someone or something is spiritual doesn't mean that they're good. You can be spiritual and be evil too. There's two sides of it. It's how are you using spirituality that determines whether it's for the good or it's for evil. Now, the word authority, that word adds up to a number 31. You got that 3 and a 1, so we'll deal with the compound meaning of it. But that 1 comes behind that 3, and oftentimes authority figures are people who hold leadership positions, and that number 1 is that number of leadership. It's that leadership number. And that number 3 that precedes it, it adds a taste of creativity and creative expression to the leadership. So someone who's an authority is someone who does or needs to express them, is a leader who needs to express themselves creatively, but they also need to have that stability and that organization and that grounding, which is the number 4. 3 + 1 = 4. So authority is one who leads using creative means, but they also must be stable, organized, balanced, and grounded. And the negative side of that 31, 4, is with that 3 in front. The negative side of that number 3 is gossip and self-righteousness. And the negative side of the number 1 with that leadership energy is being a poor leader, a leader who becomes bossy and oppressive. And the negative side of the number 4 is the number 4 energy attracts secret enemies. And being in a position of authority, that can be very common to attract secret enemies and to be stubborn, to be narrow-minded, and to be destructive. So that's the duality of the numbers, Starseed. Spiritual isn't good or bad. Authority isn't good or bad. Spiritual authority, it can be good or bad depending on how you use it. Like you have to, like the goddess said on Tuesday, spiritual authority is bestowed on you from the divine. And you had to have integrity, you had to be trustworthy in order to receive spiritual authority. But once you get the spiritual authority, you can still choose to use it in this proper way or to choose not to use it in this proper way. It all depends on the person that possesses it. But now when we put spiritual authority together and we add the 29 and the 31 to get the sum, that adds up to the number 60. And here is where the numbers reinforce the understanding of the appearance of a spiritual authority. The goddess Rael told us on Tuesday that spiritual authority has a very unassuming appearance, and that people with spiritual authorities, they're often the ones who are the most mistreated. That's in stark difference to the physical meaning of authority without the spiritual. Like I said, authority figures oftentimes look intimidating, but someone with spiritual authority doesn't necessarily look intimidating like the police, like a politician, like your boss at your job. So that the vibration of the word spiritual authority supports or reinforces the divine definition that the goddess Rael shared with us on Tuesday. But now let's talk about the number 60. Now that we put spiritual authority together to get the full sum total of the two words. And I'm going to read the one meaning of the number 60. And I'm emphasizing that I'm reading this and that it comes from a book, just so you know I'm not making this up. And I can show you the book that it comes from too. As a matter of fact, I can read it directly from the book just to show you that I'm not making this up. Can't make this shit up, right? So the number 60. And I'm going to show it to you. I don't know if it's going to show up because I got this virtual background. But hey, if you don't believe me, I'll send you a picture of it. I'll send you a picture of it. But this is what is said about the number 60. 60 is happy and cooperative with authority, making it a good caretaker, therapist, or lawyer. On the lower vibration, 60 is disobedient. Now, if you don't believe that the word authority is in this book for the number 60, like I said, I'll take a picture of it and send it to you. I have no problem doing that. Literally, Adonis can't make this up. Real time. Now, let's deal with each part of that because it relates to the meaning of spiritual authority. The first part says happy and cooperative with authority. Now, yes, someone with spiritual authority has authority. They have power to influence others or command the thoughts and actions of others. But you may be a spiritual authority, but you are not the authority. You're not the divine or the most high. Yes, we all have power, but there is that power that is above us. And that the divine has authority over us. So having spiritual authority means you have great power and great responsibility, but you still answer to something greater than you. And you cooperate with that force that is greater than you. And you are happy to cooperate with that force that's greater than you. I mean, you could try not to cooperate and not to be happy with that force greater than you, but that ain't going to end out too well for you. It's also said that the number 60 is a great caretaker. Someone with spiritual authority fulfills the duty of healing others, teaching others, helping others, uplifting fallen humanity, to quote the mission of Mawu Lisa Temple. So someone with spiritual authority is the caretaker of others. But like I just said, there's an authority greater than us. So just as we take care of others, divine takes care of us. And I think the goddess mentioned that, maybe not in the same words, but she said that she's divinely protected, by divine. And that speaks to that. So there's no need for you to worry. That's why I chose that 1 Peter chapter 5 verse, alluding to the meaning of the number 60. 1 Peter, cast your cares upon he that cares for you. Now, the negative side of the number 60, it says that the number 60 is disobedient. Now, divine gives you spiritual authority, but if you choose to go against divine's instructions, once you have that authority and you don't listen, you're being disobedient. Again, with great power comes great responsibility. And that 0 behind the 6, it adds potential and intensity to the single digit number 6. So 6 plus 0 equals 6. And 6 is that number of duty and responsibility, which we talked about last month as well with the spiritual 411, because 411 adds up to 6. And I was telling you all last month that when you're calling that spiritual phone line, that spiritual 411 line, to receive your downloads and your messages, once you receive those downloads, you have to use that information and those downloads responsibly. You have a duty and a moral responsibility to use that information in this proper way. And in like manner, you have to use your spiritual authority in the proper way, with a sense of morality and a sense of responsibility. The number 6, like I said in the video, in the May video about the number 15-6, that number 6 is one of those midpoint numbers representing balance, the balance of the scales of justice in perfect balance and equality. So having spiritual authority is having a sense of right and wrong. I'm asking morality, Ma Wu Ru. I'm asking morality. So this is all confirmation for you, star seeds. You already got the message, but the numerology is just showing you the alignment. And it's not that we need the confirmation. We just love the confirmation. We just love that confirmation. So that spiritual authority, 15-6 is the life path. We've been talking about that 15-6 a lot these past several weeks. So I'm gonna get into my second and final topic now. That's the meaning of mother from a numerological perspective. And the reason that I'm doing that, of course, I have my reason, but the goddess Rael for Pranoia this month, May is the month for the mother. She has her own more personal reason that May is the month for mother. I'm thinking May is the month of mother because in a week from today, it will be Mother's Day, next weekend, Mother's Day weekend. And of course, if you've been following Pranoia Starseed podcast, you're a starseed, you know that we never wait to acknowledge or wait for a man-made holiday to acknowledge our mothers, our fathers, or nature, to honor those individuals and those things. But since the masses will be on that energy next weekend, why not leverage it by dealing with the numerical vibration of the word mother? Yes, all month, not just one weekend, not just one day, all month and year round too. It's like they say about Black History 365, honoring the mother 365. But Mother's Day falls on May 10th, so we'll deal with the numerics of May 10th, and then I'll break down the word mother. Now, Mother's Day always falls on the second Sunday of May, and this second Sunday of May happens to be the 10th. And what's so special about the number 10? 1 plus 0 equals 1. Number 1 is the number of creation. It is the seed planting number. When I talk about numerical cycles from 1 to 9, 1 universal year, 1 personal year, the number 1 cycle is about planting seeds. And isn't that what the mother does? The mother creates, the mother plants a seed, and 9 months later, that seed is fully bloomed. So that's very much in alignment that Mother's Day falls on a day that adds up to a 1. And then when we look at the universal energy, May 10th, 2026, added up all together, Mother's Day falls on a 7 universal day. And 7 is a feminine number connected to the element of water. 7 is an intuitive number. And we know that the mother is probably the most intuitive being in the universe. Of course, women already are intuitive, but to be a woman and a mother, you got intuition times 10 right there. and of course, both men and women are intuitive, but man, that mother's intuition is the most powerful and the sharpest intuition you will ever know. My mom been celebrating her B-Day since the doors of May opened. Tauruses love to celebrate all month. Yes, they do. And Taurus is number 6 energy too. Now, so that's the energy of the day. 1 calendar day, 7 universal day, 1 for creation, 7 for intuition, and the element of water, and that feminine number. Now, when we look at the vibration of mother, and we add up the letters Mother in the Chaldean system, just dealing with the Chaldean system for brevity and for clarity. In the Chaldean system, it adds up to the number 27 as a double-digit number, and the number 9 as a single-digit number. So here are the meanings of the number 27 that apply to the mother. Autonomous thoughts and actions, generous and freely giving to others, a lover of art, peace, beauty, and integrity. The number 27 is the number of the scepter, which is the number of authority, strength, and dominance. The number 27 follows its own mind rather than other people's ideas. Now, as those are the general meanings of the 27, these are also the meanings that apply to the mother. Now, looking at the compound meaning of the number, of the number 27, the word mother, 27, is made up of 2 water numbers in the 2 sides of the moon. 2 is a water number, 7 is a water number. 2 is a feminine number, 7 is a feminine number. In the supreme mathematics, 2 is wisdom. Wisdom is symbolic of the Black woman. Wisdom is also the meaning of Sophia when you go over to the Gnostic text. Wisdom is a woman. 2 and 7 as moon numbers. 1 represents the new moon, 1 represents the full moon. And we know about the deep connection between women, feminine energy, and water, women, feminine energy, and the moon. Matter of fact, the moon and water is connected. It's the gravitational pull of the moon that pulls on the ocean and makes the tides and all of that in the ocean. Moon phases are connected to the menstrual cycle. There's the moon and the woman again, the moon and the mother again. And then when you add 2 and 7 together, it equals 9. And 9 in the supreme mathematics, that's born. And the woman or the mother that carries that child for 9 months. And at 9 months, she gives birth, born. And the 2 and the 7, that's like the feminine and the masculine energy coming together. the two of the woman representing wisdom. 7 is God and woman coming together to give birth. Born. 9. Wisdom, Sophia, and mother are all 6 letters too. Wow, I didn't even notice that. Wow. A lot of 6 energies so far in season 6 of Pronoia. And we didn't plan this. We definitely did not plan this. That's just how it's all lining up. That's how it's all lining up. But born means to, when you're giving birth or making something born, you're bringing something into existence. And of course, the mother gives physical birth, but the mother also gives mental and spiritual birth too. So born and birth across the board. And I mentioned, given the daily mathematics, that 9 is the universal day for tomorrow. I mean, it's still tomorrow, right? We ain't crossover yet. Yeah, we ain't crossover yet. So I can still say tomorrow. Yeah, 9 is a universal day. And I mentioned about that 9 that it's a creative number. It's an artistic number. And the greatest creation that the feminine creates and makes is life. So it's just re-emphasizing the creative aspect. The vibration of the word mother is just re-emphasizing the creative aspect. I'm running out. You're running out. You might have to get like them new school students and pull out the tape recorder. But just to go over some meanings of the 9, now that we looked at the compound meaning of 27, we're going to add 2 and 7 for 9 to give the meaning of mother from a numerical perspective with the number 9. So here's some meanings of the number 9, along with, of course, carrying a child for 9 months. But that number 9 is a humanitarian number. The mother gives of herself without expecting anything in return, oftentimes. And the number 9 calls for, like if you have the number 9 in your name or your birthday, it calls for you to give of yourself without expecting anything in return. And when you give of yourself without expecting anything in return, you're rewarded cosmically. Under that number 9 energy, the mother inspires, motivates, and leads. And at its core, with that 2 and 7, the mother is made up of water, but there is a duality with water. Water can be a gentle stream, or water can be it could be a rushing, violent river or flood. And I believe that speaks to a couple of things. It depends on your perspective. It can speak to a good mother versus a not so good mother, or it can speak to the consequences of harming a mother's children. Yes, mothers are very soft, very sweet, very gentle, but they don't play about their children. So those gentle waters can become real violent if you get on a mother's bad side. And that's the same thing with the number 9 when we add that 2 and 7 together. The number 9 has its duality too. Like I mentioned, the positive side of the number 9 is that humanitarian, that inspirational, that motivational, that creative energy. But on the challenging side of that number 9, Number 9 is ruled by the planet Mars, that planet of war. So that mother will become a warrior for her children if her back is against the wall, right? If her children's lives are being threatened, or if she's ensuring the survival of her children during challenging times, she will become that warrior. So if you harm or threaten a mother's child, she will burn you, because that number 9 is that fire number. So let's summarize. We're going to summarize the 2 topics that we touched on tonight. Spiritual authority is the power to influence or command thought, opinion, and behavior in the non-physical realm. But this power is given by divine, and it comes with great responsibility, and it must be used in a moral way. Even though spiritual authority grants you power, we must still obey universal laws and the authority of the divine. The mother is also an authority as the creator of life. The mother is nurturing, loving, inspirational. She holds power and dominance. She's selfless, she's beautiful, she's peaceful, she's intuitive. But if you harm her children, or if her babies need to survive, she becomes a warrior. So that is the numerical perspective of spiritual authority and the mother to kick off the month of May, the month of the mother. Peace and love, peace and blessings, star seeds.
I'm trying to stop cheesing like a big little kid, because I'm like, so much. It was so beautiful. I'm always excited because even though I know what the topic is going to be, I have no idea what the content, where you're going to go with it, what the information is going to be. And man, did you touch on so much tonight. So shout out to you. Wonderful show, Mr. Westbrooks. Yes, fire emojis. Fire. Let me get situated because I've been moving around backstage trying to grab some things. Okay. In my squeaky chair. All right. So here we go. I was taking notes, and there was some things, some downloads. There was some channel messages. I ran out of paper. I was over here just jotting stuff down on back of my kids' behavior forms. Okay, so all right. So
don't you guys send those back to school? They're gonna be turning them over like what?
Right. What is this here? Authority and spiritual awakening. All right. So you had mentioned, which was it was just so much. Okay. First of all, the 29. Okay. So when you mentioned deception and betrayal, that is a part of your spiritual authority. Like gaining your spiritual authority, a lot of us go through some type of extreme. It's not just regular deception and betrayal. It's not just, it's some stuff that you'll be like, most people would be like, clutch my pearls, I need to go into a mental asylum type of thing, right? Like, wow, not my mama, not my bestie, not everybody around me, like that type of betrayal, like complex trauma type of betrayal, right? That is a part of cracking you open to test, are you even able to carry the weight, right? Because with spiritual authority, you will be tested, right? And so when you said that number 29 was deception and betrayal, I said it's a bridge to activate your spiritual authority. So every time you look at something that is negative, we talked about the negative becoming something positive, it is a way to step into your power. You never know how powerful you are until you test your power, right? And so you can't test your power out here just being kind and people being kind back. Sometimes when you be kind and people are unkind to you, that's when you learn boundaries. You learn things, right, from the opposite. So the deception and the betrayal in that number resonating with spiritual made so much sense. And then you said something about deception and hidden danger. That's another thing, because a lot of us who carry the spiritual authority, and we appear as sheep, right? We appear so kind and sweet. And so, of course, we are divine bait. Okay, you guys, really, if you don't know, people with spiritual authority are divine bait. Okay, so they're little judges, little lawyers, little police officers that work for, I told y'all before, an informant. You're an informant. But in order to be an informant, you can't go in that joint looking like a police officer or a dang on judge. You got to go in there looking like a little lamb. You got to go in there looking like a rabbit that don't got the gun. But you do. You have the gun, because what you're doing is going in as a genuine person, right? Because most people who carry a spiritual authority or are given the spiritual authority and use it correctly, they carry it with authenticity. With authority comes authenticity. And so you come into it with an open heart. And that right there is going to already make you pray to those who are looking to feed, right? So when you have spiritual authority, you go into places and you are tested by the hidden dangers. You don't even know it. You're going in as divine didn't even tell you was going in as an informant. You're just thinking you're going into a regular old room, not knowing that your light is going to attract a certain type of energy, and divine is testing it with you. Because you have the authority, it also is like sight, right? You have a sight. And with that, like you said, you can't misuse it. So there are people who are granted authority because they were trustworthy at some point, and then they get the authority and they misuse it. And with that, you have to understand there comes consequences. Right? Your body can become diseased because misuse of spiritual authority. People think that you can just walk around misusing gifts that divine gave to you to mistreat divine's people. That makes absolutely no sense. There's going to be high repercussions, because with great power comes great responsibility. And this is why you have to have that number 4. So you talked about the number 31, the number 4, you have to have that foundation, right? You have to ground yourself. You can't have your third eye open and your root chakra not grounded into the ground. You have to be grounded in something, or the lightning, you're not going to be able to take it. You're going to think, oh, I am God. See, you aren't God. You are granted the authority through divine. You are not divine. And divine can take that authority away. That authority comes with protection. It can be taken away. And people walk, and divine will test you. So you've given the authority, sure. But you will be put into positions where you can compromise that information. You can know something about someone. So when you have certain authority, you may get gnosis. You may know things that other people don't know. But do you use that to manipulate? And if you do, what are the consequences? So that was some of the notes I took. And you spoke about duality, the light and the dark side. And I say that all the time. People say spirituality, oh, I'm spiritual. According to the Bible, so was Satan. So was all the other, you know what I'm saying? If we're going to get every spiritual, that just means that you have a connection to spirit. But what spirit? You know, like people say, oh, I worship God. What God? I'm sorry. Which one? Because I promise you, we all do not worship the same one. So that was one of the notes. Yes. And when you have spiritual authority, you are an extension of divine, right? You are like divine's, again, henchman, but you also get snatched up quickly. And your punishment is a lot harsher than anyone who wasn't granted that type of authority, because you knew better. You stepped in, you said yes, and then you was like, yeah, I'm gonna play in your face. Come on now. Not with the Most High. Yes. Yeah, so was Satan. Absolutely, Lady Saturn. So let me see what other notes I got here. Oh, you talked about the number 60. The appearance of spiritual authority. Yes, that's another thing. We talked about the intellect, being able to appear a certain way. Some people aren't prophets, they're performers. I talked about that. A lot of times we are in the age of awakening. People are going to realize a lot of these people who've been leading them different places have really truly been leading them to the yellow brick road, to the lower realms, okay? Because they don't really, when you get certain powers, people become over, what is it? Power breeds, what is it? Come on,
yeah,
help me. It's nothing good, okay? More power. People who get power sometimes, and that's why spiritual authority is different than regular authority. Because if you see a spirit in this realm on the 3D, you get authority. You can abuse that authority, and it's kind of not shunned because they have like this little fraternity, a brotherhood that protects this authority. However, you have spiritual authority; it is granted through the divine. That means that you have to act in a certain way. You have to carry yourself a certain way. You have to prove yourself to, first of all, be granted this authority, and then to turn around and act a fool and lose it, or to laugh in the face of the Most High who gave it to you, to actually try to use it to manipulate. Like, I don't think people understand that if you are afraid of the police, but you are not afraid of the Most High, that me and you, we definitely, you're not like us. Like, I'm more afraid of what the Most High will do to me if I'm over here misleading his people with messages. Like, if I came here and I'm like, yeah, I got this channel message, and it wasn't a channel message from divine, you don't think I'm worrying about walking outside? I am. I'm worried about tripping down them steps, busting my head, and meeting divine, and being like, yo, because I know things happen that quickly when you carry a certain amount of power, because people trust you, right? With this authority, people trust you naturally. And that is a part also of being one of those people who carry it, is that people will walk up to you and just start talking to you and trust you with things that they don't even know why they're talking to you about it. That comes with that type of energy that you carry. And you, as a person who carry divine energy, are entrusted with people's secrets. I know a lot of people's secrets, and even if we don't talk no more, I'll never tell it. I'll never tell it, because you entrusted me at that moment, you know. And that's why you spoke about that, about, you know, don't be speaking behind people's back. All of that, divine sees all of that. People be thinking that they could get away with things, but you really truly cannot, because spirit is always watching and clocking and knowing who you are. And that's why if you carry spiritual authority, consider yourself divinely gifted and trusted. But also you need to guard yourself, because you will be tested. You'll be tested more than someone who does not carry that authority. And you'll be, and when you lose it, if you lose it, you will feel it. Because again, it comes with protection. It's certain things that I'm telling you, if I could tell you how many times I know I have divine protection, I'd be like, oh, I should have knew. Yeah, God, thank you. Like regular stuff that people be like, yo, I went to jail because of, no, and it wasn't nothing I did bad. It's just like, okay, I'm driving and I got all these things wrong, but I get pulled over and I get like warnings and go on about your business. Like, wait a minute, I got 7 warnings? Oh, okay. All right. Have a good day, ma'am. You laughing, but I'm dead serious. It was like, but that's divine protection. That's because it's like, you know better. So it's just me being reminded. I'm not trying to, because it's like, again, I'm protecting you. I'm not really ripping you one because you're not doing anything bad. But if you do something out of line, just know, because you have that type of protection, you're going to get that type of whooping too. You know, it's like the big brother. You know, you the big brother in the house. Yeah, they acting a fool, but they don't know no better. You know better. So when mama come home and when daddy come home, they ain't not coming for the little ones who've been acting a fool. They coming for you with the authority that they gave to you, right? Big brother, you got the authority from the parents when they not in the house. That's divine, but you're not divine. And I have to tell my daughter that sometimes. You're not mommy. I just gave you a little permission to watch over her while I wasn't here. But when I come home, I'm still mommy. And that's how divine is. It's like you still answer to divine. You don't, you know, even if you carry authority, you answer to an authority.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I ain't gonna even get into the mother because you went into that too, and I could go all night. So I'm not gonna say too much, but I do want to say Luna. So the mother is connected to the moon, right? And you talked about that, about the cycles, about pregnancy, and the moon is also when there's a full moon is when most more women give birth. Cycles. Also, Luna is the moon, right? And then lunatic means to act crazy, right? And then the woman is connected to chaos energy. So it makes sense that when there's a full moon, so that also goes along with, you know, the double sides of the feminine energy. There is nurturing and caring, but there is the chaos. And you spoke about the like the harsh mother, if you get the harsh mother versus the kind mother. And I brought these books. This book, in here, they talk about it in The Great Mother.
Okay, yeah.
They do a breakdown about, you know, the I'm trying to see exactly how they say it. Yeah, the negative elemental character of the mother. So there's these negative, you know, characteristics that come along with the mother, chaos that comes along, destruction. But you got to think about it. If the mother is creator, when we talk about God, we say generator, operator, destroyer. The mother generates life. She helps you to operate throughout life, and the mother will come and destroy to rebuild. So those, you know, we always think of the mother as caring and kind and nurturing, but there's another side, like the other side of the moon. There's a dark side to the moon, just like there's a dark side to the mother energy. So I pulled that book, and then I have this book also, Andrew Harvey, The Return of the Mother.
Okay. Yes.
Another great mother. Yeah, we're gonna be on celebrating Mother all May, like Mr. Westbrooks mentioned. May is important for me. My mother passed May 21st. And if you do not know, I was going to do the mother show. I was preparing for the mother show when my aunt walked in and told me that my mother had passed. And it took me a year from that date to do the very first mother show. And it was crazy. I was going to do that show that day, and my mother passed away. So it's a very special day for me. And we'll be having another show on the 21st and a show on the 12th with Mau Lisa. So make sure you're tapped in for the mother and a celebration of mothers. And then I pulled this one, and I brought it up before, but it's Mom, I Want to Hear Your Story. And I just recommend, you know, you guys, lately I've been hearing write your story, like write your story. And not just your story, write your own Bible, write your own story, your legacy. Put it in allegories, make it where your children can read it. Like if they can write Harry Potter, the lady from Harry Potter could write a Bible, you can write one too, okay? So write your own story. And in this book, it gives you prompts that you can, like, you know, leave information for your kids. Like, was there anything you consciously did differently or do differently, or in what ways does family environment you created for your own kids compared to the one you grew up with? So these are really like deep questions that, you know, your kids may not ask you, but you might want to leave this for them to know about you, because that legacy of the mother has always been kind of hidden. You know, there's a lot of things we don't talk about in our family lines. And it's not just, you know, the mother in spirit, but the mother in physical. You know, we are a reflection of the spirit, you know, as above, so below. So if we hide ourselves here, she's going to continue to hide herself there. So I believe that us as mothers, as women, we need to step up and speak out and be our true selves so that she can step into her power, because she is waiting for you. Okay, so Mothers Unite. This is our month, May Day, May Day. Welcome to May the 2nd. We're still in the 2nd. Yep. I thought we had crossed over. Not quite yet. But yeah.
Few minutes.
Yeah, we'll be celebrating mothers all May. So make sure you're tapped into Pronoia, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah, well, Goddess Rael, you got your A+ for class today.
Yes, I know. I was really this was a man. It's so much. Like you really did get into it. It's a lot. That number 27 too. You talked about the number 27 art, peace, beauty, authority, strength, and dominance. Those are those are words that sometimes are negatively reflected when you talk about the feminine energy, like when you talk about authority or strength or dominance. But you have to understand that, like you said, if a woman's baby is being threatened, they said a woman can like open the mouth. They have opened the mouths of crocodiles to save their babies out in Florida. They have pushed cars over. It's like the strength, the adrenaline that comes from knowing that your child is at threat. You know, that's something that you're tapping into. That's an energy that is deep within, that is bigger than you. You know, like you can do things that you don't even think you can do when you talk about being a mother. So that mother energy it's like being a woman is one thing, but being a mother is a whole nother
thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and that strength and that dominance, it also comes into play with just as a mother is navigating this matrix. You know, like it doesn't even have to be anything to the extreme of their child is in the life or death situation. It could just be balancing motherhood and working full time and going, you know, hormones and like everything.
Like for real, because I mean, honestly, back in, I think it was 2022 when I wrote the about, you know, suicide. A lot of women are strong enough to just stay here. They just here for their kids. Like people don't realize that mothers will do things just for their children that a single person, they don't even have to think about, you know? So that's just like a different type of strength that some people don't realize. Like in being a single mother or a married woman is still being a mother is a whole, I don't know. It's like, shout out to the mothers. Shout out to all the mothers, and shout out to my mother, because when I was a kid, I didn't realize how how much work goes into being a mother and, you know, being both sides. Because in this world, you can't just be soft. You got to be a flower, but you got to have thorns as well. So shout out to all the mothers.
Exactly. Yep. It's definitely a duality to it for sure.
Yes.
And like, listen, I'll tell you, like I didn't even go into everything with it. Like I gave you a lot, but I didn't even give you everything. Like I could have put mother and spiritual authority into the other alphabet, and that would have gave you a whole other set of numbers to go along with it too. I mean, I could have went into the vowels and the consonants. I could have went into the cornerstone of it.
Yes. So, and this is just touching the surface. That's what I'm saying. And so much confirmation. Like everything you would say, I promise you, I was like, oh, it's just so much. And I can't stop writing. It's just so much information and confirmation for the downloads. You guys, I promise you, I try my best to, as much as I like to read things, I love to just channel and get confirmations. It makes my heart, and it takes me out of my body and makes me realize how much, you know, I am a spiritual being. It gives me the confirmation. And you know how they say, if I could stay woke, that keeps me woke. You know, the confirmations keep me like remembering, like you are a spirit having a human experience, you know, and yeah, those confirmations keep coming through. Every time I tap in with the star seeds, it's just confirmation after confirmation. I promise you. And tonight was very much so on point. Yeah. I'm just looking over my notes. I'm excited, and I'm mad. I'm excited because I know I gotta get up early, and I got all this energy. It's crazy.
See, maybe you gotta choose one or the other when you have these late night shows. You gotta choose. Am I gonna absorb this energy from the show, or am I going to drink mushroom coffee? But two together, having the two together, yeah, nah, that's you got to pick one.
Right? Because now I'm wired. I'm over here like, yes. And
yeah, you know what? Don't drink any mushroom coffee when you do these late night shows and you got to work in a few hours.
Look, I used to drink wine, you guys. I don't drink any wine anymore. I don't drink any type of spirits. So I'm trying, and I like water, but you know, I need a little flavor. That mushroom coffee be hitting though. But then I do be wired. So, but yes, tonight was wonderful. I enjoyed this show very much so. And shout out to all the Starseeds who tapped in tonight. I seen so many come through the building. Shout out to Mau. Shout out to King Adonis.
Adonis.
Yes. Shout out to the dream team who makes all the dreams come true. I got to put out a May calendar. I promise you, I've been working hard. I've been working on reels and all kinds of things. I got to get a May calendar out.
Yeah, she's just done banged out like 3 reels, you know, within the last 2 days.
I know, right? It's so much going on. We have so many Starseeds. We got a lot coming up. Claudia, we missed out on Claudia last month, so she's back for a double whammy. She's here, I think, twice next month. So she's making up for that last one, and we'll be following up with arrows. So if you don't have your arrows on your chart, you don't know what that means, go ahead and pull up your human design chart. Get ready for that, because I think that's our very next show. It's Claudia, and then Smart Video Girl. And again, I'll put out a calendar, so make sure you're following me on Instagram. I'm constantly putting out reels like Mr. Westbrooks just said. And the reels be dope, though. They give you something to listen to and something to watch. You know what I'm saying? It's a little mini movie to get you excited for the shows. So make sure you tapped in with us there. And like I said before, follow Mr. Westbrooks on Mr. Westbrooks Class on YouTube. He's always posting. He does the Unread Book Club with Maru Lisa book club. It's the Unread Book Review with Maru Lisa. I say book club because I feel like I'm in a book club when I go over there. And he's also, well, let him tell you, because he's all over the place. He got a lot of stuff going on. Go ahead, Mr. Westbrooks. Let him know.
Okay. So Mr. Westbrook's Class for the Supreme Numerics offerings and Unread Book Review. Also, Dreams, Dollars, and Destiny. You can subscribe to that channel. You know, shout out to my astronumerology colleagues, Portia and Melinda. We drop Dreams, Dollars, and Destinies every Monday, 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. So new episode is dropping this Monday coming up. And you know, we touch on some things y'all might be interested in. We just did a show. We just aired a show last week on the commodification of spirituality. You know, so that was an interesting one. So that one, you know, commodification is just a fancy word for making the business of spirituality, pretty much. like the money making side of it, and people who create their spiritual businesses, and those who are using their spiritual authority in the proper way, and those who are deceiving others to get to get money out of folks and all of that. So that's what we dealt with in that.
Well, I gotta watch that right there. That's dope and deep right there.
Yeah. So we get into some things. So so I'm over there, and shoot, I'm probably gonna forget about my own stuff. I think that's enough right there, because people, there's so many things pulling at people's attention. So I'm not going to add on too much more than that. Just Mr. Westbrook's Class, Dreams, Dollars, and Destiny. We're also doing promos for Dreams, Dollars, and Destiny. So we'll be on Do the Knowledge Radio, Knowledge Born Allah later on this month. We'll also be on Killer Priest, Powercraft, promoting Dreams, Dollars, and Destiny. We'll be on Big E Astrology, promoting dreams, dollars, and destiny. So yeah, so you can find us on those being featured on those platforms as well. So that's where you can find me. And I guess I'll close out, but first I'll be remiss if I did not give a shout out to Lady Saturn 22. And I got to shout her out because after the April show last month, she emailed me for a Supreme Numerics consultation.
Hey!
So we got it done. She signed up for my 15-minute pre-recorded session. We got it done. I mean, I'm not gonna steal her thunder or make up her testimonial. So you can ask her about that if she enjoyed it. But shout out to her for going from Panoia over to me and booking that consultation. And
that's what I'm talking about. I love that.
Yeah. She gotta give y'all her Substack information too. She does great work over on Substack with her plants and with astrology and all of that. I gotta get into her videos. She just did a live stream a couple days ago. I definitely gotta go back and watch that replay. So check her out too. And yes, you can find me a Mr. Westbrook's class on YouTube, or you could just go to the link tree. The link tree got everything. It got the YouTube, the Instagram, the Cash App. It got everything on there. So link tree, Mr. Westbrook's, for everything. One-stop shop. And Supreme Numerics is where we take the proper study and application of numerology to help you activate your personal power and abundance. And I look forward to seeing you all on the other platforms, or if you just catch me on Panoia Starseed, I look forward to catching you at the end of May for my Knowledge Born Allah collaboration show.
Yes.
So peace, y'all.
Yes. And shout out to Lady Saturn. Yes, I follow her as well. I do. You guys, if you have a platform and you are doing your thing, let me know. I follow you back. Yes, I watch your videos. I try not to be creepy and be popping up, but I do. And I comment on people's stuff, or I like it and you see some likes pop up. I do be watching. But yes, if you have a platform, share it in the comments. Look, we all family here. It's enough love to spread around. We are not greedy. Divine works through all of us in different ways. So again, go to Mr. Westbrook's class. Just make sure you come back over here to Panoia's class and see his ass. No, I'm just joking. And shout out to all of you guys who understand that we are authentic over here, and sometimes we use curse words. So if you can't get down with that, I understand. There are plenty of other platforms for you, but that's just how we talk. We talk freely over here on Panoia Starseed Podcast. We have people come in and out, and I just had to put that plug in there. A lot of people don't understand that we speak freely because, listen, divine picks who divine picks. You don't have to walk around in all white with the smoke blowing, talking about kumbaya. No, divine uses all of us in different ways. Okay? All right. What she say here? Listen, y'all make me feel cheesy and sing. Okay? Well, you are seen, ma'am. I love Starseeds. I really do. So shout out to you. All right. Well, this is Panoia Starseed Podcast, y'all. Panoia means that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, no matter what. This world would look crazy in so many ways. It's going to continue to look crazy because we're in the age of knowing. And a lot of things have been hidden. But look, get your glasses because the house is going to burn down. Get you some popcorn. Don't worry. We'll rebuild it together. Thank you for being Starseeds. Thank you for tapping in and enjoying us tonight. I'll see you real soon. Peace.
Shit. Look, man, I hit rock bottom and and took the stones and built an empire. They asked me how you come up out the smoke, not smelling like fire. They say that life can be a bitch, so I made her my wife. I fell in love with this adversity and learned how to fight. Look, you don't know what wholeness feels like until you've been empty. You learn you've always been enough by the time you had plenty. Sometimes you gotta lose it all just to find yourself, to realize you had it all when you was by yourself. Cause I was down bad, got up in my bag, now I'm up again. Had to recognize who the fuck I is, had to run it back, ain't no fumbling. I hear you niggas mumbling, but you don't speak my lingo. So focus on my numbers, that they lining up like bingo. I done been through some shit that I probably never speak about. I done seen some lows that the pastor only preach about. I done did some things that some niggas only think about. Wrote this on my heart so nobody else can. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay, they ask me what I'm on, I just say my throne. Remember who I was, baby, welcome home. I've been in my zone, asking how I feel, great. Hungry for everything that's on my plate. When you stay ready, you ain't gotta wait. If you all you got, then you know what it takes. Why y'all niggas love to play? I get too much fucking grace. Had to choose what I won't take. If you drop me, I won't break. Baby, I'm built from the magic, I'm godly. Fuck around, finding out I get it poppin', I get it choppin'. Yeah. Cause I done been through some shit that I probably never speak about. I done seen them lows that the pastor only preach about. I done did some things that some niggas only think about. Wrote this on my heart so nobody else could. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready.
Hey, we just wanna be free. Look, what's up? Reporting live from Joshua Tree. We just wanna be free. Look, hey. What does it mean to be free when every month niggas is stressing to pay the lease? When children dying off in the street and billionaires just gluttonous getting fatter for greed? And what does it mean to be free if every time I look in the mirror I judge me? When they told me my pigment was ugly, how could I ever expect somebody to love me? Self-hate all in the subconscious. Healing yourself is a lifelong process. Instagram making it seem trendy. Wearing Christmas ink will solve all your problems. Send a prayer for those stuck in violence. North Philly all the way to Chicago. Free the Congo, free Gaza. Free the world, releasing all the trauma. We done felt enough pain. I just wanna see you smile and be free and be free. Hey, and be free. Look, hands up. If you wanna see a change, go and look in the mirror and find peace, find peace. Hey, find peace. And I just want to be free. Hey, sing. And I just like to be me. Hands up, say it with me like this. Say I am free. Say we are free. Say I am me. Say we are we. Say I am free. Feel good, don't say I am free. Listen close. Look, I free myself from addiction. Walking around in life playing the victim. Passing down disease onto my children. Making excuses for low vibrational living. I free myself from the baggage. Heavy aura was holding down my passion. Cause I used to want to fight every battle. Filled with rage, ready for action. Yeah, but nowadays my peace is priceless. Channel my empathy, but I'm staying decisive. Selective on who I'm sharing my life with. My boundaries getting strong as a bison. No longer define wealth with dollars. The wickedest folks making the biggest deposits. You ask me what it means to be free. Your intuition will want to give you the key. When you felt enough pain, I just want to see you smile and be free and be free. I and be one more time, one more time, one more time. If you wanna see a change, go and look in the mirror and find peace, find peace. Hey, hey, find peace. And I just want to be free. Sing, sing, sing. And I just like to be me. Say I am free. Say we are free. Say I am me. Say we are we. Feel good, don't it? Feel good, don't it? Feel good, don't it? We are free. Let's get it.
Yeah. I had to elevate my mental. I got up off my ass and pressed the gas on my potential. I tamed my temptations, now I'm taking care of my temple. I pull up to the function, skip the line, I'll show credentials. They know I'm presidential. Everything monumental when you recognize your moment. See, I built it on my own, so ain't no question if I own it. They used to laugh, call me alone, and now they asking for a loan. See, my ex said I wouldn't succeed. I plant my feet and now I grown. See, I used to be a stoner, now I'm high off life. I'm up high in plain sight, just hopped off a flight. Me and Hunt OT, now they gotta raise the price, cause I invested in myself and made it back overnight. Dog, we all fall short, don't give a fuck about your height. In America, do you wrong, so you better know your rights. See, they do it for attention, I just follow intuition. I'm on a mission, why they missing? I ain't difficult, I'm different. Nah, I can't settle. See, I bet it on myself, now everything getting better. Nah, I can't settle. They want me to come down, told them meet me on my level. Nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, doggone special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, I deserve a medal. Yeah, nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, doggone special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, with my gold medal. See, I used to try to force it, now I flow with it. They threw dirt up on my name, but now I grow with it. I used to wait up on my blessing, now I go get it. I'm done waiting, done debating. If God tests me, let him grade me. This that top shelf flow, yeah, I'm way out your reach. Used to choose between shoes, now I tell them give me each. But I don't brag about no fashion, cause I ain't one for the flash. Used to sag, now I'm a grown man. I keep my belt fast and had so much on my plate. But then I started fasting, then I started meditating, then I started levitating. This that self-knowledge, black man educated, could've been in that cell. Now every day a celebration. Now these days I practice celibacy and focus on development. And I ain't really emotional, I'm just emotionally intelligent. Shawty call me selfish cause I'm focused on my betterment. These days I'm on a higher level. No, I can't settle. Whoa. Nah, I can't settle. See, I bet it on myself, now everything getting better. Nah, I can't settle. They want me to come down, told them meet me on my level. Nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, doggone special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, I deserve a medal. Yeah, nah, I can't settle. See, I was low, now I'm on higher level. And they keep asking how I did it, doggone special. I'm just special. If life's a marathon, with my gold medal. Yeah.
Learn to cloud surf while never leaving Earth. 10 toes firmly planted in the dirt for what it's worth. See my life flash before my eyes a couple times, so I'd be lying if I said I don't believe in the divine. For reasons we can't find, the truth will probably blow our minds. This energy in the universe send chills down your spine. Had a talk with a goddess about human design. Pull my code to how I need to get my chakras aligned. Gotta break some bad habits, it's addition by subtraction. Move away from bad actors trying to leech off your action. It's the laws of attraction, gotta see it before it happens. Gotta believe it with a passion, then receive this beautiful madness. Find a pattern in the chaos, their assessment was way off. You build it from the ground up, you own it, so ain't no layoffs. Your energy is equity, cashing on your day off. Hope to reach a couple souls, it's all a part of the payoff.